Hey guys, Adonis Lenzy here, station manager at CTN, WHTN right here in Mount Juliet, Tennessee. We cover all of Middle Tennessee. And I'm sitting here with one of our clients, Pastor Titus Lee, who came all the way from Chicago, Illinois.
Yes, sir.
Chicago, Illinois. And you may have seen him on our station. And we just like to do these little behind the scenes to reintroduce our programmers to you so you can get to know them a little bit behind the scenes. And so, Pastor Lee, thank you so much for coming out, hanging out with us today. It's always good
it's a joy
to have you in the studio,
Thank
man.
you.
And
Thank
so,
you.
number one, how was your flight
Wonderful.
today? You know, I know we've had some challenges in the past with weather and snow and ice.
Yeah, all of the above. But we got up and got down within 55 minutes today.
55 minutes, man. You know, me and my son, we were just in Chicago about 2 weeks ago. So we had a blast, a lot of tall buildings there.
Yeah.
You know, we did the river tour, the architectural tour, all that good stuff, walked
Chicago
around,
River.
had Chicago pizza. We did not do deep dish pizza because
Shame on you,
it was
not
just
joking.
us two, and we thought, man, we're not gonna finish all that.
It's delicious, I'm telling you.
So Pastor Titus Lee, I know some people are interested. Tell us a little bit about you, your background. Why the program? Why ConnectionTV? Where was that birth? Where did that come from? And you know, what is that doing today?
Well, ConnectionTV is really the outgrowth of what I have been doing for over 30 years in full-time ministry.
Wow, okay.
Building bridges.
Yes.
Building bridges on every level, spiritually, interracially, as well as interdenominationally.
Okay.
Many years ago, I grew up in Davenport, Iowa, and it was there where I served faithfully in my father's church, where he led.
You're
for many
PK.
years. I'm a PK.
Okay, all right,
and learned how to serve there, went to college in Missouri, and then after that, came to the Chicago area and got into full-time ministry as youth pastor.
So is that what led you to Chicago? Become a youth pastor?
No, I thought I was going to be a marketing guru.
Okay, okay.
Until the company closed.
Okay.
Then that shut down that part of my dream, and I had to reappropriate it. But I was kind of having a Jonah experience. You know what I mean?
Okay, all right.
God said, "Okay,
God was
you tired of the
calling
belly
you.
of the whale."
Yeah.
And after youth pastoring, I traveled for almost a decade as a full-time evangelist, as we called it in those days.
Yes,
and Voice of Triumph Ministries was birthed, which was the speaking aspect of our ministry. About 46 weeks a year. We always had a full calendar. Assemblies of God, Church of God, all of the Word of Faith. And then Operation Link Up, our teen mentoring program, was birthed at the same time.
Okay, for the teenagers, for the youth of the city.
Link Up, yes.
Link Up, okay.
And so the whole connection and link up is really interrelated, how we wanted to connect youth to God in a non-religious way.
Okay.
And as we kept going, you know, everything we did had connection from our educator and youth worker conferences, make the connection training summits. So it's always connection in there. So television was just a natural step. ConnectionTV, connecting people to God, to each other.
Yeah, I love that. I love y'all's heart and passion just for the younger generation. And so tell us a little bit about that. What stirred that up as you were there in Chicago? And I don't know if God put that on your heart, or you just kind of seeing where the youth of today are. And so what made that connection for you to be that committed to young people today?
My experience.
Okay.
You know, I realized as I got on the other side of high school that if I would have had a third-party objective mentor in my life, it would have helped me make more accurate decisions between 18 and 22 years old when I was at that stage. And so my pain became someone else's gain. You know, after what I walked through with some of my failures, I realized, hey, youth need, you know, mentors in their lives to help them make those critical decisions at that critical stage, you know, between 18 and 22 is a lot of times where you fall away from God. So Operation Link Up was this birthed, I mean, it was a grassroots entity when we started. And we wanted youth to have a positive place to identify with outside of church and school. And so that's where they came, and after school.
I love that concept, outside of church and school.
Yep.
And because even in that, there's a lot of voices.
That's right.
You know, that doesn't allow them to sit there and really like make that decision and you know, cipher through the information on their own.
Yes, sir.
You know, there's a lot of voices pulling them both directions. And it's like, you know, I always tell people, let you make that decision. You know what I mean? Nobody can make it for you. But you got to come to terms where you made that decision, man, to follow God, to really live your life according to God's way. So that's definitely commendable, man. And,
Thank you.
And just seeing you guys do that. And so now you also pastor a church. What's the name of the church there?
Southside Worship
Southside.
Center.
Now I've caught you online a couple times, man.
Thank you.
There's one lady in your congregation. You was preaching on something, and she said, "Say that." Say that.
Southside style, right? A little sauce on it.
Say that. I think I even wrote it in the comments. Say that.
Yeah.
But so how has that been?
Well, I've been pastoring for 22 years now.
Collectively, okay.
Yes, 15 years at Southside Worship Center, and then 7 years at Triumphant City, which grew out of our youth center, ironically.
Okay.
And so Southside Worship Center is a historic church. It was the first quote-unquote African-American Assembly of God church in Chicago.
Wow, okay.
Started in 1969.
Gotcha.
That's where I youth pastored for 2.5 years.
Okay.
Never knowing that I would be the senior pastor years later.
Wow.
It was an audition.
Full circle moment. God just brings it all full circle and then connects the dots. And if he'd have showed you that in the beginning, you would be like, no, man. No.
I'm good on the road. I'm good on the road.
Good on the road. Maybe after the road, I'll try that marketing thing again.
Lord had another idea. It's been fantastic. We have a great church in the Auburn Gresham neighborhood.
Okay.
It's strong. I mean, we've run 2 services for years.
Okay, awesome.
Multiple pastors have been birthed out of the church all over the country.
Okay, so you're sowing people.
Yes, and now it's still even moving into other dimensions of fruitfulness.
Awesome.
Through empowerment, holistic empowerment.
Good. So tell us this, this is, we talked about the ministry, so now I'm gonna throw some rapid questions just so our audience can get to know you. We definitely broadcast your program on our station, and so we always like to just make sure people know who you are. So, so tell us, if anybody comes to Chicago, what's a must-do in Chicago?
A must-do in Chicago, Chicago pizza.
Chicago pizza,
Giordano.
deep dish. But yeah, you're good, because that's where everybody says go there, and it's like, which is good. We've had it before. The kids were a little bit younger, and they tell us, you go into the restaurant, they're like, it's gonna take an hour for this pizza to be made. And I remember trying to keep our kids busy for an hour, but by the time the pizza came, it was well worth it. So definitely the pizza. What else are some things you can do for sightseeing there?
Oh my goodness. I mean, there are all types of tours. The museum campuses are amazing, not only downtown, but on the north side, on the south side of Chicago. Highly would recommend it. The Sabo Museum is amazing there in the Hyde Park community. Historic neighborhoods, architecture is amazing throughout Chicago.
Just
downtown as well as in the different neighborhoods. Chicago is a city of about 77 neighborhoods. And each neighborhood is like a city within the city.
Within the city, wow. Definitely a big city. Like I was sharing with me and my son went there. And man, the moment we got into the city, parked the car at the hotel, and we walked around, man. And
were you downtown?
We were downtown. We stayed downtown.
My goodness.
And so just buildings, just sky, scrapers, just everywhere you looked. So we did the architectural tour and just learned out about all the different buildings and why and who made them and things like that. So the food was great, and just we did have pizza. We didn't have the deep dish, but we had pizza because it was just me and him. And we just wanted to go hang out, and so I think we clocked about 20. I'm looking at my watch, at least 22 miles.
Really?
Walking around.
Wow.
We were there for about 3 days, man.
Did you go to the lake?
We went to the lake. Yes.
Front there?
We did that, and then we did the park. Where park is that downtown with the beam? The
Millennium Park.
Yes, we did that, and then just some eateries.
Navy Pier?
We didn't do Navy Pier.
Oh, you got to do that next time.
You got to do that next time.
It's amazing. Rides, it's great for families.
Good stuff. So what is your favorite thing to do when you're not preaching, teaching, or doing Connection TV?
Well, I'm a big reader. I like reading. And also, I used to play basketball.
All right.
But I injured my knee, so I still get out there and shoot a little bit.
You play horse. You just
I like doing that. Also, I love bowling.
All right.
I really enjoy doing that.
All right, bowling.
Kind of moving that ball around a little bit and
putting that spin on it. Got it. Putting that spin and crossing that leg through.
I love doing that, and just kind of living a whole balanced life. I've been married my wife and I are celebrating 30 years this year. And
congratulations.
We have 3 young adult children.
So y'all empty nesters?
You ain't never empty.
You ain't never empty.
I mean, they still have the idea. I mean, as empty as they can get, but they know that nest always got a back and a side door.
Yeah.
They may not be landing on the nest, but they find a way in the nest.
They find a way into it. They find a way
There you go. But yeah, they're always welcome. We have 3 wonderful children, and Never and I have been married 30 years.
Okay.
Got married in 95 years.
Now, do they all live in Chicago? Your kids?
No, I have
they're
children
scattered?
that work. One that works corporately on the East Coast. And
Okay.
then one that just graduated, who's in the Chicago area, and then one who has a couple of more years in college.
Okay,
Yeah,
awesome.
so
Good deal.
Good. We have a great family.
Awesome, good deal. And we're almost out of time here, but if you can do me a huge favor, just look in that camera. I always like to just leave a word of encouragement. If you got somebody's watching and maybe they feel a disconnect from God, maybe they feel, maybe they were on the path with God and maybe life got in the way and just kind of took them off track. What would you speak to that person right now?
Oh, from my experience,
Yeah.
your setup or your setback was a setup for your comeback. And always remember that it's not over, because God specializes in new beginnings. You're looking at a man who happens to preach a gospel, who's just a person who God's mercies rescued from my own setback and gave me a setup and set my feet upon solid rock and enabled me to run and fulfill my calling. So don't give up. There's still hope in the future for you.
Awesome. Man, thank you so much for being here. Listen, guys, make sure you check his program out. It's called ConnectionTV. It's on our station. And how can people connect with you?
Well, they can connect with me directly. They can go to our website, theotriumph.com, the as in Victor, O, triumph.com. Or you can go to Facebook, Titus Lee. You can also go to our Instagram, Titus77. Just put a name in it.
Put a name in it.
Google us, we'll come up.
Awesome. There you go. Make sure you connect with ConnectTV.